Quercus macrocarpa is the bur oak, and this is in the white oak group. This is a white oak that you will see in our area quite a bit. It grows native. It is also planted in the landscape. This is a really kind of stately oak for our area. It's very dense, broad crown. It grows kind of slow, which may limit its use in the landscape, but really it's really kind of worth the wait. The leaf on this, as in the white oak groups, the lobes are rounded. They have no bristles towards the end, and there's a little bit of variability in the bur oak, which you can see from this image to this image. It's the general shape is to be broader down here towards the end and taper down by the petiole, with sinuses cut into the leaf, forming lobes. In some of the bur oaks, the sinuses, the holes cut, are much broader, and the lobes are more narrow. This is showing sort of one with broader lobes. The image here of the fall color shows a leaf with narrower lobes, and we will be able to see these in the lab. We have a few on campus that show this variability. The texture of this oak, when it says coarse, it's not really just talking about the foliage, it's also talking about the branches. And what we'll see when we look at this in lab is that the young stems, even just an inch in diameter, have a very, very rough texture to them. Everything's big about this plant. Macro. It eventually is a big tree. It's got big leaves. It's got really big fruit, which is macrocarpa is fruit. And it also just kind of has big bones. The stems are big, the leaves are big, the form is big, so it's just everything's kind of big about this plant. This is actually a picture taken on the OSU campus at Stillwater, where this bur oak is growing out here in the middle of this grassy area. The stems are very stout, getting sort of a ridged component as they grow. The flowers are the same as the other oaks. They're a male catkin and a female flower on the stem, forming the acorns, which the acorns are very large, sometimes 2 inches in diameter. Golf ball size or bigger, and the cap has a lot of hairy fringe on it, which almost covers up the nut part of the acorn. The bark on the bur oak differs a little bit from the rest of the white oaks. It's a little bit darker, so a little bit more dark color. It does furrow a little bit, so it sort of, breaks away from that physical characteristic a bit on the bark. But the leaves and the acorns and the stem should be enough for you to identify this as a bur.